Who put that camera here? Excuse me, I've come down with a slight case of comic book again. Well, seeing as we're all here, all two of us, dear listener, 3 if you count my imaginary friend, who is a mute, nothing wrong with that. Here are my thoughts on 3 cashback apps I tested recently in an online grocery shopping experiment. And the apps were Checkout Smart, Shopmium, and Green Gin. That's green, Gin, not like gin that you drink, although I'm sure you can find green gin somewhere these days as well. And then I'll share another favourite shopping app or 2 and the advantages of those compared to these.
Previously on Save Like a Bear, my challenge was to get a £60 shop at a major supermarket 50% off and cheaper than the discounters.
1.
So from the Checkout Smart app, I was looking for cashback on the Outpro milk, on Tate & Lyle coffee syrup, on the Higgity Pie, on Arlo's lactose-free milk, on Arlo's lactose-free butter, and on some 0% San Miguel.
2.
Those last ones, so the Higgity, the Arlo, lactose-free stuff, and the San Miguel, that cashback was actually available through the Shopmium app. I do tend to find that Shopmium have more offers than Checkout Smart and that their offers change more on a more regular basis.
3.
And then another cashback app is Green Gin. So if you upload your receipt to them, they were offering cashback on Love Corn, which is a sweet corn snack, Lazy Vegan, which are vegan ready meals, and Tofu. That's tofu with 2 O's on the end. So it's actually a brand of tofu that you can buy in Sainsbury's. I somehow managed to talk at length about tofu recently in another installment, so I'll leave links to that. It was all about value for money, I promise, and nutrition. So the cashback outcomes. Green Gin only let you photograph a receipt, and their app isn't great for that anyway because it accesses your camera, but it doesn't access the flash, or not on my phone and OS anyway. And trying to get a good image in winter sucks. They rejected my receipt the following day, so I had to print my online receipt to photograph it, and then the photograph still wasn't great. I had claimed a lot of this cashback with only like a day or 2 left in the claim period too, so you want to make sure that you make the window to submit your receipt. And they wouldn't let me claim for the Love Corn. I couldn't remember if I'd bought that before through them, and I guess I had. I don't think Green Gin should carry on showing you a coupon if you can only claim it once, but I didn't check the small print on that. Shopmium paid me via PayPal the same day, which is quite typical for them, so just another reason why I really like the Shopmium app. I very rarely have any problems with the cashback claims through there, so long as I'm paying attention and picking up the correct product. So the San Miguel 0% beer 4-pack, which I should probably add, I just also find particularly tasty compared to some of the other 0% beers out there. I bought that for £3.50. Shopmium refunded me £1.70, which was made up of £1.50 for the actual offer. I also got 20p from my referral credits, so I guess someone at some point has joined the app on my recommendation. You can also earn on Shopmium if you refer other people to the app. Higgity Pies, I got £1 back on a £3 spend. Arlo lactose-free milk, 2 litres was £2.60. Shopmium gave me £1.30, making that cheaper than the discounters where 1 litre of lactose-free milk is usually around 89p. The Arlo lactose-free milk is not cost effective normally otherwise. The Arlo lactose-free butter was £1.70 and Shopmium gave me back 70p. I bought 5 bottles of the Tate & Lyle vanilla coffee syrup. And one of the good things about Checkout Smart actually is that frequently you can claim their offers multiple times, unlike Green Gin or Shopmium. So that reduced that spend from £14 to £6.50, making each bottle £1.30 each. Checkout Smart have a fairly high redemption. So at the moment, if you don't want them to take a cut, you need to rack up £20 in rebates before you cash out. So it's similar to survey sites if you use any of those to make a little bit of voucher money on the side. I assume the risk there is that the money probably isn't protected, but it's not like you deposited your own money to begin with, so if they go bust, it's not the end of the world if you were going to buy these items anyway. And unlike survey sites, the reason I like using cashback apps where you upload your receipt and you get money back is because it's shopping that I was going to do anyway, and it only takes a few extra seconds to upload a receipt and get that thing for free or get money off. Whereas if you do surveys on survey sites, that can be really time consuming for very little reward, and then you still usually have to rack up £20 or more in order to cash out that money, and that money might disappear if the company disappears in the meantime, but you'll have still put a lot of hours in. From Green Gin, my tofu from the Tofu company, which was already reduced to £1.50, netted me another 45p off, and then my Lazy Vegan Thai green curry ready meal was half price, so £1.50 instead of £3. That didn't rock my world. It's not something that I would order again, unfortunately. But then I'm not really a ready meal person at the best of times, so that wasn't a great loss. It was just a convenient thing to have for lunch one day when I had to nip off to London for some filming.
It's all very well getting cashback on new or big brands with apps like Checkout Smart, Green Gin, Shopmium, but what if you shop at the discounters? What if you just want to save money on your ordinary shopping?
Previously on Save Like a Bear,
I did a massive grocery shop today, which is unusual for me, and I spend less on food than anyone I know. I'll share what I got from Lidl.
4,
If you are a Lidl Plus customer, when you download that app, you can get 15% off with their loyalty scheme.
from the new range of stuff that was discounted as part of Lidl Plus coupons is these vegan Vermondo spreads.
What it actually came to in the end was about £59. It should have been £65 before the Lidl Plus coupons were added, and that's basically given me a month of dinners, definitely some lunches and snacks, as well as the morning coffee and soft drinks and all of the milks.
And the difference in price compared to the big brands is huge. So on Sainsbury's website, Cauldron marinated tofu, even on offer, is a £1.25 per 100 grams. Whereas the Lidl tofu, especially if you're a Lidl Plus member as well, so if you use their app to get 15% off while they've got coupons on their vegan food running, the base price for the Lidl tofu is only 99p anyway. And then with that discount, 84p for a pack of tofu that's got 1 or 2 servings in it.
5,
Another way to track spending while actually earning something is with receipt apps. Like Shopix, they're probably going to change their names tomorrow and make this out of date, but we'll see. So the idea behind these is that you just do the shopping that you would normally do anyway. So when you come back from buying groceries, you then take a photo of your receipt and you get points for that, and you can convert those points into gift vouchers to spend on Amazon or wherever. So you're being rewarded for the spending that you're already doing, but it does also build up a picture of your spending because you can see in the receipt app all of the receipts that you've submitted, and you will be able to see quite quickly if you're going food shopping every other day, for instance, because it will be there right in front of you. Sometimes we don't even know what our behaviour was until we can actually see the spending listed and where we were spending that money. I did this exercise recently because I was researching whether my food spend had gone up. It seemed like I was spending more on food than I used to, or like I was going to the supermarket more regularly than I used to. And I was like, I'm not sure how this happened, because I've always been someone who sticks to a fairly consistent routine, and my spending is usually fairly automated. And I was researching whether I wanted to try out something like Huel, which is a meal replacement where you still get all of your nutrients, but it saves you a lot of time and a lot of decision making if you're just having one of those for a meal instead of having to stop what you're doing and cook and whatever if you live at home. But obviously I wanted to know whether it was cost effective as well, and so I was looking at what was it costing me in time and money lately to do my food shopping, and I used the receipt apps to get a picture of that, literally. But one thing about that is that obviously they don't track every single expense. So if you do have outgoings that don't involve a receipt, maybe it's because it's a direct debit that goes from your bank account instead, obviously they're not going to have a record of that. So it won't give you a full picture of your spending, but it can be a start. And like I said, you do get something for submitting the receipt as well.